Hi there, Aidan Smith here at BYD UK, and today we're going to be looking at the SEALION 5 DMI as a handover based video. In this video we're going to cover all the bits you need to know prior to picking up your new car, but don't worry, you can skip to a certain point in the video if you want to learn something in particular. Let's get started. You might already be aware of this, but we were the first people to mass produce a plug-in hybrid back in 2008. And in the UK, DMI technology is becoming very, very popular. This is our newest addition to the range, the SEALION 5 DMI, and it's available in two different trim levels. The comfort trim is a 12.96 kilowatt hour battery pack, one of our blade batteries, which you can charge to 100% every time, with an electric range of up to 38 miles and a combined range of up to 616 miles with a full tank of fuel. If you go with the design trim, this model here, it's a slightly larger battery pack, 18.3 kilowatt hours, an electric range of up to 53 miles, and a combined range of up to 631 miles. So now we get to cables for the SEALION 5 DMI. All cars will come with two cables from standard, a 3-pin plug socket charger that allows you to charge the car on a 3-pin. The second cable will be a Type 2 charger, and this Type 2 charger will allow you as part of the process to charge the car up to 3.3 kilowatts. The third cable, which you can purchase optionally, is a vehicle-to-load cable adapter. This is a great feature on all of our BYD products. This allows you to power the things directly off of the car. So we're now inside the SEALION 5 DMI. We're actually at an event here, the SEALION 5 DMI launch, so apologies for any noises outside. We thought we'd get inside and show you some features. A reminder, we have our key button controls here. We can lock the vehicle from here, unlock, press the button twice and it will release the boot lock. On a design trim, it's going to electronically go up with an electronic tailgate. And remember, press and hold this button for 4 seconds to kind of get the vents running. Really good for the winter period. So now we're going to cover our seating, mirror, and steering wheel controls for the SEALION 5 DMI, okay? Down by the side of us here, we actually have some controls where I can control my seating, and this might vary between the trim levels, but general controls of moving forward and backward and being able to physically move this around. The next thing we're going to do, make sure we're in the right position, is we can then control our mirrors. There is a button on each side to signify which mirror, and I can move it up, down, left and right to move this around. There's even a button for electronic folding mirrors, again, based on the specification that I have. The next thing is going to be our steering wheel controls. And located down the left-hand side of the steering wheel column, there's a little handle to push down, and I can then move the steering wheel up, down, out or in, and push it firmly back up to secure the steering wheel. Before we move on to the next section, a reminder that located down here by my knee is a button to allow you to release the fuel lock. So if you need to stick fuel into this car, press the button and it will safely release the pressure and remove the lock for the fuel opening door. Next, we have our steering wheel controls. So located on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, we've got a few buttons I just want to talk you through. Then we'll move on to the indicator stalks. So on the left-hand side here, we have our button for our level 2 ADAS technologies, our adaptive cruise control with lane keeping assistant. This is a standard feature in the SEALION 5 DMI. We can control, of course, our speed and also the distance for the cruise control. And of course, remember, we've got this button for the lane keeping assistant, the steering wheel itself, okay? Up here, there is a predetermined button which we can adjust in the settings to choose from a few things to allow it to actually perform an operation, perform an action of some kind. And then because this is a design trim, it's also got the button for the 360 cameras. A reminder, if you have the comfort trim, it will get a reversing camera as standard, but if you go for the design trim, it does get the 360 camera button located there. On this side, it's more our entertainment controls. I can answer a phone call from the top here. Of course, our voice control features located here, our volume located here, and track selection or radio station selection. A mode button located here. And also this is usually allows us to see more information on this screen or to hang up from a telephone call. We'll go into a bit more detail up here. We have our indicators located up here, and of course our lighting controls located just here as well. A reminder that you have the automatic light feature located on that little stalk just there. On the other side, located over here, you'll see that we actually have our windscreen wiper controls, and we have an automatic function for our windscreen wipers now on this car, okay? And of course, our rear wiper controls located on this side here as well, which you can choose from intermittent or a squirting function. So now we have our center controls located here, and we have our gear selector. This is a little bit different to what you might have seen in some of our other cars. Really nice design in a little kind of cylindrical base, okay? And that's a little button located on the side that allows you to then choose the gear selection with the park button on the top, okay? We have our start-stop button located here and our electronic handbrake here, and then a cluster of buttons quite similar to what we find in our other products, okay? Talking from the top here, we have our hazard warning light button, our parking sensors. This, of course, is our lane change feature where we have some little triangles in the mirrors that help us to understand if anything is in our blind spots. Our auto braking. Now, just in case you're not aware of this, it's also referred to as auto hold. This, of course, allows you to hold the vehicle position so that when you lift off the brake, it stays in the same place. This is quite a common feature to find on automatic gearboxes. I'm going to leave these three buttons for a moment. We're going to come back to them. We have, of course, our front screen located just here. So our front screen in the kind of winter periods to control that. Air conditioning on and off, auto air conditioning, and the volume, similar to what we find on the steering wheel. Finally, at the bottom here, we've got a few more buttons. This center button is a winter driving mode. So it's just going to allow us to drive the car a bit more safely in winter. This is all of our driving modes located in here. So all of our sport, eco driving modes that we would find. And this button here is going to be allowing us to choose between EV driving, so electric vehicle driving, or HEV, the hybrid vehicle driving modes. We're going to cover this in a few more details in a bit more detail later. You will also find in the design trim a wireless charging area located here to charge your smartphone. Before we move into features on the screen, just a reminder that we've got some USB-C connections and a micro SD card connector located down here with a 12-volt power socket. So lots of great connectivity features located down there, really fantastic. So now we move on to our internal system. This touchscreen is a fantastic feature, and the first thing I want to show you is some of the hidden features and shortcuts that you can access on a daily basis. So let me show you. We have this little bar located down the bottom here, and this allows me to show some quick, fast shortcuts that I have access to. But if I press and hold one of them, then I can actually drag and drop features they may want to use. So I can actually look at apps as well. And when I'm done, I can hit done, or I can reset back to what the factory originally gives me. That's the first feature. But the other thing I can also do is I can swipe down from the top and access a few fast features if I wish to. Okay, so we're going to ignore this setting just for the moment. We'll cover this in a moment, but I actually have access to a few great features that I can actually look at on a daily basis. I can control brightness, volume, all those wonderful things, but I can hit custom and actually customize what I want into my main top display areas. So I can control things like the trunk, of course, or the boot. I can access things like the regenerative braking, lots of great features within our kind of ADAS technologies, lots of great access in this system. We're now going to talk about air conditioning, heating, all those kind of settings located through here. And that's located at the bottom center of the screen here, and I can access all my air conditioning, heating features in an instant. As I mentioned, we've got a few buttons down here that are shortcuts, and we might have some on the screen potentially. Also remember, we've got 3 fingers we can swipe as well, because we can push 3 fingers up and down for temperature, and we can also move it outwards and inwards in order to change the air conditioning. I'm going to keep it turned off just so that you can hear me completely perfectly in the car. But also, if your vehicle is the design trim, then in the seating, you're also going to have the choice for your heated seats located just here. Next, we're going to cover our ADAS technologies. There's a number of ADAS technologies in our cars, but some of the ADAS technologies you might be thinking about are things like this feature here, which of course is our driver monitoring system, our camera that's going to be just looking at how we're driving, making sure we're not paying attention, like we're paying attention, not, being distracted, falling asleep, checking our phone, all those horrible things. So now if I press the settings button and press ADAS, then there's a number of features through the settings here that I can access. Quite a bit too many for me to mention in this video today, but just a few things I want to mention for you. Some of them, when we try to turn them off, it will say this operation is only valid for current power on cycle. That means that the next time I turn on the car, it's going to default back to on. They cannot be turned off altogether. They can only be turned off maybe per journey. Some of them though, if I go to turn them off, it will just let you turn them off altogether. Remember, they are safety features designed to help you in everyday life. And another place where you're going to find a few settings is under vehicle and cabin perception, which is our driver monitoring system camera that I mentioned up here in the corner. And that can be turned off per journey, but can't be turned off altogether. A reminder, these are here to keep you safe and on the road and to keep your driving as safe as possible. So next we're talking about pairing devices, pairing phones for maybe Bluetooth or something, okay? And that can all be controlled through here. I've got my phone out ready to go, and I'm gonna go through and pair a device as an example. If I go through to the settings cog, just here on the screen, if I press that button just there and move to System and Connected Devices, you'll see I've got no device connected at the moment, but if I was to hit Add and follow the instructions and prompts on the screen and follow the instructions on my phone, then you'll find that that will allow us to pair our phone. A reminder that we can pair a phone via Bluetooth. We can also wirelessly connect Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well, okay? And another great feature which involves your phone is the BYD app. To connect the BYD app, please contact your local retailer that will be able to assist you with all the great features that come as part of your BYD product. One of the most important things I would like to cover as part of this video is the DMI technologies. So this car is equipped with our DMI technology, stands for Dual Mode Intelligence. It's what makes our plug-in hybrid so special. And a reminder, we were one of the first people to do this on a mass scale. We've got a few buttons located in this car which allow you to maximize the use of your DMI product, okay? And the first one is located down here. I told you I was going to come back to it, the EV HEV button, okay? And it's really important to just understand that when we actually talk about this button here, you don't have to press this. This isn't something you have to press to use this car, but you might want to flick between driving in pure electric or in a plug-in hybrid mode. The next thing is located in the screen here. And what you're actually going to find is that when you look at our products in a bit of detail, in the settings located under our energy settings, I have a few more controls under Energy Manager. Now this allows me to change a few settings of what's happening here. Now just a reminder, if we have this car fully charged with electric range, then what we'll have is up to 53 miles of electric range or up to 38 on the smaller battery version. But once I run out of electric range, then I'm going to find the car does some intelligent trickery to make sure we get the best efficiency that we possibly can. And that all rests in how we are actually using the settings. If we have run out of electric range, what you're actually going to find is that the SOC, that stands for state of charge, will go down to around about 20 to 25% when it completely runs out of range. It holds back that remaining amount to allow the DMI technologies to run as efficiently as possible. Now, one cool thing that you can do on this car is you can hit save, and save will allow you to help to save electric range for later. And you can set a target SOC, the most you can do is 70% in this car, and the car will use regenerative braking and efficient driving scenarios to recuperate energy back as quickly and as efficiently as possible for you to use later on in your journey. There are a total of 3 driving modes that you can drive this car in. The first mode is purely electric driving. That's going to be your EV mode down here. The second mode is going to be in the HEV mode. And the third mode is also going to be in the HEV mode. Now here's the kicker. You have no way of controlling which HEV mode you're driving in. The car will intelligently decide what it wants to do. The HEV series mode, it doesn't engage the clutch with the wheels and the car acts a bit like a generator. You keep sticking fuel in the car, it keeps generating electricity in an efficient way, and it powers the wheels indirectly, basically. The parallel driving mode in the HEV mode, our third and final mode, will use the electric motor and the engine together to create a maximum system efficiency. That will allow you to drive the car as high performance as possible, but whilst remaining as efficient as possible. A reminder that we can access these settings located in here under Energy and Energy Manager. And we can actually get it to give save mode memory. So it will actually remember that I want to save and 70% if I wish to in the future. A few final modes that you'll find in this screen just here that will help you. We can set the regenerative braking. This is where when we left off the accelerator, it's going to actually slow down a bit harsher to try and save back electric range. We can actually set that to high, and that's actually going to help to recuperate a bit more electric range, a bit more energy that we may have lost in the process in a normal internal combustion engine car. And another mode that's going to help you out in a bit of detail, if I go to Audio and Display and Instrument, you will see SOC indicator. This is referring to what it will show on the screen in front of you. You can either get it to show your electric range in miles or in percentage. I would actually recommend mileage or miles, because then you're actually going to see how many miles of electric range you have on a journey from time to time. So just a reminder about all that information with our DMI technology. We can also check if our vehicle has the latest version of software which is delivered OTA, or over the air. We can access this by going to the settings and going to System and Version, and you'll find your version update and details, and if possible you'll be able to upgrade to the latest software if there is any. This is a fantastic feature that means that less chance is going to be spent in after sales areas of the business to have the vehicle plugged in for a software upgrade when it can be done over the air on our wonderful vehicles. So that concludes our handover video today. If you have any further questions, please contact your nearest BYD store. Thank you.